Hojoz here, and today, after the death of Mitomo, a dentist visit, a really hot day, and the inability to find the unmute button for me while recording, we're back. This is our final competition. Today, we have the Schanik Mark 6 V2 facing against the Flying Squirrel. And while the Schanik has a 2-kilometer lock-on advantage, the Flying Squirrel lacks any A120s. So I doubt that the lock-on advantage will help it much. What won't help either is that the Schanik uses a Panther engine and the Flying Squirrel uses simply 4 Junos, or rather 5 Junos. Which means that it also has the heat signature advantage. So don't be surprised when the Schanik can't get its A9s off to engage. Now, who am I fooling? I've already recorded this, and I'm not doing a post-commentary. So let's just spoil the easy 3-0. And let's get on with the first round. Yes, indeed. Schanik has proven to not exactly be good at dodging close range A9s, which I'm saying that time and time again cause planes to die over and over. You could even see it in PFC 6 Chapter 4. There are just plenty and plenty of planes who've died there simply because of close range A9s. Which is why, of course, I didn't set a minimum range to my 120s. Also because it will make sure that it's a bit more effective against ECM planes. Anyway, the competition is starting. As that filler commentary ends. Or rather, I have to fill a bit more. Well then, let's get you hyped up for another video on the second channel coming in maybe a few weeks. That's cool? Alright then, time to engage. As you can see, Flying Squirrel fires its A9s first. It's basically a guaranteed lethality, especially as this missile fired at 1.7 kilometers is guaranteed to hit. And the second Schanik cannot survive a 2v1 engagement. Because, well, the Flying Squirrel is pretty maneuverable, and every time there's a 2v1, you're basically guaranteed the death. Also, the Schanik still has yaw here, so that won't help it either. And of course it's probably engaging the wrong plane. Well, at least it got off some A9s, and at least it destroyed the Flying Squirrel, which I didn't expect. Come on then, pitch down, get the other Flying Squirrel. This Flying Squirrel is basically dead to you. You didn't pitch down and get something to do with failure of the BDA AI or something. Anyway, the Flying Squirrel takes an easy 1-0 as it did in my last recording. Except it wasn't that easy this time, since it actually lost the plane, which last time didn't happen. But hey, that's the disadvantage of having to record a second time after you forgot to unmute your mic. Yeah, I'm kind of awful at this whole recording thing. Anyway, let's get the second round started on the side of the Flying Squirrel. As the Schanik proves that a 2v1 isn't winnable, but you can at least take someone out with you. Well then, we're talking points then? Ah yes, most recent episode of PFC 6 Chapter 4 showed that you should really just set your GAU maximum range to 1500 meters, by the way. Just a quick jab at the make of the Go20. I mean, I can't even believe that was a thing that happened. I also can't believe that the E99 Scrambler actually lost. I had it on my list for the actual overall victory. Anyway, time to engage again as the Flying Squirrel shows the effectiveness of those space shuttle control surfaces. The effectiveness which lacks on my Charmander Mark 6 H8. I don't know how, I don't know why, but it lags on the Charmander Mark 6 H8. I'm lucky to have it see past the second round. Anyway, missile engagements ensue on both the Schaniks, as obviously one Schanik gets killed here. Or not. Or gets killed anyway. I mean, as I've said in previous episodes, there's an obvious weak spot to the Schaniks. And well, if you can discover the obvious weak spot of the Schanik and you can't hit it, that would pretty much surprise me. Anyway, this Flying Squirrel is dead, as the other Flying Squirrel is basically just set up to engage after the bait. Okay. That's a 1-1 for the Schanik. Flying Squirrel, just make sure that you're behind the Schanik next time the other Flying Squirrel is sacrificing himself to be bait. Jeez. I mean, I know I've played Warframe recently, and that playing Warframe with my friend made me realize that not taking a bait is pretty lethal, but come on, man. This was an easy win, it was a 2v1. Anyway, third round as we go back to flying on board the Schanik Mark 6. And well, the Schanik Mark 6 showed there that again, close range M9s are pretty lethal. Anyway, it's like 3:30 PM at the moment, and I have to have this video out by 5. Safe to say that that's not gonna work, so just going to quickly post a message in Discord saying that's not going to work. Also post a message on Twitter, since well the forums can get neglected, because well I haven't heard of anyone on the forums immediately clicking on my video once it's released. That's not what the forums are for, basically. Anyway, there will be a poll in the iCards. Maybe there has already been a poll in the iCards, since I want your opinion on which song I should use for the CFC Season 2 kill compilation. That would be pretty convenient to know, since I don't know which one to pick. I have 3 songs in my head. All 3 are pretty cool, but I don't know which one you'll find the coolest. And thus, I'd like your opinion. Anyway, A9s that have been fired and are coming towards not this Schanik, it's the other one. And this Schanik, not the other one, has just fired an A9 at this Flying Squirrel, not the other one. That commentary. Anyway, this advantage of having yaw on your canards has just shown there, as there was a bit of instability, which made sure that both the Schaniks got killed this time, as no Flying Squirrel got sacrificed for winning this match and getting a 2-1. As you'll have to have a 4th round. Which we will go back to the Flying Squirrel for. And if you ask me, the camera disadvantage has returned. Anyway, time to start. Start the Flying Squirrel back up, start the Schanik Mark 6 back up, and get this match point underway. As well, I have a quick comment to make on the Flying Squirrel, namely that I'll probably be banning command seats for the next season of the Starfighter competition, since banning command seats essentially also bans the paramotors that we are going to see an abundance of in fighter matches in KSP 1.3.1, because, well, if you can't see the advantages of paramotor in combat, I don't know what you're doing, since, well, there's no wing required, and in the SPH or VAB you're basically guaranteed a 1 kilometer local range. Geez, paramotors would be so OP in PFC or CFC, which is why I've also sent DM to Jolly Roger Aerospace informing him that he should probably ban the parachutes, the personal parachutes that the Kerbals wear. Anyway, time for another A9 engagement as well. This Flying Squirrel can't get its A9 off. Well, appears as though I spoke too soon. And the other Flying Squirrel has already maneuvered to the back of one Schanik, which has now been taken out by an A9. As the other Schanik will get taken out by gunfire shortly. Or the Flying Squirrel simply does not care about the Schanik seemingly flying itself into the ground. But, oh wait, it didn't crash into the ground. Never mind. Anyway, Schanik has taken down a Flying Squirrel. This match being closer than the last one I recorded. This was an easy 3-0 for the Flying Squirrel. Which again proves that, well, not every PFC is accurate. Anyway, this A9 will probably take it out, or this gunfire will take it out. And the Flying Squirrel moves on to the third round. And I'll make sure, and it won't face the Samurai Sled, since that's basically a guaranteed final spot for Fanjerry, and safe to say that I'm not a fan of one submitter taking both final spots. Like, I seem to remember PFC 5 or PFC 4. Both final spots were claimed by Inter's Odyssey. I do not want to see a repeat of that in my Zadar fight competition, since this is it's my competition, it's my rules. And, well, that's a pretty douchebag excuse to throw out there. I personally think that one submitter should not basically be guaranteed a final. Or at least, yeah, be guaranteed a final. And, well, safe to say that Flying Squirrel simply outsmarted the Schanik. And that's pretty unfortunate. Anyway, we need a segue into the next round. So here it is. I hope that segue pun was acceptable. Anyway, we're back with the Angry Koi against the Charmander Mark 7A2, which should be as much of a ruffle stomp as the Angry Itty will perform against the Charmander Mark 6H8, to be honest. And yeah, I just wanna have a quick note on the position of the Angry Kois. Namely that I crashed this Angry Koi into this Angry Koi. There was no damage, but this Angry Koi got turned around a little bit. I personally believe that this is not an advantage, neither a disadvantage towards a PFC or a CFC battle. So I'll just continue as is. Anyway, Charmander will have the lock-on advantage. It will be interesting to see what the Angry Koi does against such a thing. Anyway, first round is a go. As of course the Angry Koi is really slow at taking off. So is the HC Charmander Mark 7A2 apparently. The Mark 7A2 being the predecessor of the Mark 6H8, believe it or not. I learned a lot at the Mark 7, namely that the fat aeroplane control surfaces should never be used, since it does not provide any maneuverability advantage. And I also learned something from the Angry Koi, namely that the CFC or the space shuttle wings, the space shuttle control surfaces rather, should be used in a competitive manner, since while the space shuttle control surfaces have a bit more maneuverability than just the fat aeroplane control surfaces. Anyway, it's time to engage. As the Charmander Mark 7A2, it's ready to fire its AIM-120s. And this is pretty surprising, the fact that AIM-9s could already be fired by the Angry Koi. I did not see that one coming, since, well, usually planes have like 4 kilometers until the AIM-9 gets fired, but apparently in this case the AIM-9 gets fired first. And apparently Jolly Roger Aerospace has found some kind of loophole to make the AIM-9s fire first rather than the AIM-120s, which I've not discovered myself. I mean, it would be weird to see first the AIM-9s fire and then the AIM-120s fire. It should, yeah, again, be pretty unbelievable towards me, but I've never seen a plane do this before. Odd one. Well then, let's fly on board to the Charmander Mark 7A2 and see if it happens again. That has me a little bit surprised. Well, Sebastian Vettel, please do something more than get killed by AIM-9s. And here, just to prove the point, these control surfaces are not at all effective. They're pretty shit and should not be used on planes. Anyway, it's time to wait till the Charmander and the Angry Koi are facing each other again. I don't have filler commentary, by the way. I'd rather just finish my drink, since it's pretty hot outside and I get a dry mouth quite often while commentating, sorry. Well then, let's see if the Charmander Mark 7A2 actually can get effect out of its 120s, or that it once again will be engaged with 9s before it can fire one. And well, it looks like it's the latter, as AIM-9s get a firing again. And this will probably be the end for both the Charmanders again, or not. Yes, let's just ignore that. And rather, an Angry Koi gets killed in the missile strike. Or rather, it's heavily damaged towards the point that it looks like it will crash into the ground, as AVG once again hates me. By the way, why does AVG make you pay to unlock the ability to disable those pop-ups? I mean, honestly, you're a shit company if you do that. Anyway, this Mark 7A2 is dead, as the other Mark 7A2 should get turned and get a missile off on the Angry Koi. And that doesn't happen, rather an AIM-120 or 2 gets fired at the Charmander in quick succession. 1 does not hit, 2 don't hit, and the third one doesn't hit either. As now, the Charmander is sufficiently out of range to get some use out of those 120s. And I don't know what the other Charmander is doing, as again, the AVG pop-ups make me go back to my desktop. Fuck off AVG, I hate you. And Angry Koi using a close range A9, which had no effect on the Charmander, and is trying again with some guns. What's the other Charmander doing? Charmander, zoom climbing does not have effect on jet planes. Anyway, this Charmander looks to be all on its own as the Angry Koi fires another A9, which again doesn't look to be hitting. And Angry Koi will surely try some guns again. Yep, there come the guns. Gunfire coming on the Charmander. Again, not looking to have much of an effect, although the Charmander must be shot down at one point, since, well, it doesn't have the help of its teammate, as there it goes, Charmander down, and it honestly mystifies me what the other Charmander is doing, by the way. Come on, Charmander, what are you zoom climbing for? I mean, does the Angry Koi have a weird detection range or something to make you do that? Anyway, somehow the Mark 7A2 is still managing to stay in the air, while the Angry Koi must be frustrated with how the Charmander is handling things, as maybe even it will try some gunfire, but not that we can see it because AVG is once again hating me. Come on, man, come on, just do it. It's so amusing if you do it. How's the other Charmander doing? Yep, still zoom climbing. I mean, you must be on the edge of those panthers. You must be on the edge of the range of those panthers by now, man. Come on. Come on, what are you doing here? This AI, man. What is this AI doing? It's just trying to make... It's just trying to make the Angry Koi run out of fuel or something. This would be a really amusing way to go. As well, the Angry Koi has 250 units of liquid fuel, so good luck with that, Charmander. Yeah, Charmander is still interested in climbing. Well, I would be surprised if the Angry Koi would attempt something, as apparently it has run out of missiles. I'll be surprised to see the Charmander not run out of fuel here, to be honest. As well, this looks to be a competition of how much can AVG piss off Hojoz. No, this looks to be a competition of who runs out of fuel first, which is a scenario I didn't think I would be commentating on. Well, the Charmander has the attitude advantage for sure for consuming fuel, but it looks like it's consumed slightly more fuel than the Angry Koi, as the Charmander isn't even interested in using its engine now. What is going on here? AI! Jeez, talk about bugs. This surely must be a bug. I mean, it has plenty of fuel. It must have been AVG flaming out the engines. No, it must be a flame out because of... No, it's just the AI having the throttle to 0. Well, it makes sense if the Angry Koi is fucking 22 kilometers out. I mean, I'm not going to commentate on this any further. This is a draw. Since, well, the detection range and visual range of both the planes is not enough to let them ever meet each other again. I don't think. As AVG again just proceeds to annoy me. Jeez, AVG. Why though? Although the Angry Koi is heading in this in the Charmander's direction, and the Charmander is turning towards the Angry Koi. Maybe something can happen after all. You know, it's gonna time warp. No. Yeah, the craft are flying towards each other. Knowingly or not. As this AI is once again thinking about using its engine. Using what its creator gave him. Anyway, it's finally time to re-engage and fire some missiles. I mean, the Charmander definitely has the missile advantage this time, because well, the Angry Koi has no missiles left. This is a very amusing battle. Come on, man. This is an easy kill. This is insane. As AVG proceeds to interrupt us at a very important time of the match. Angry Koi is dodging the Charmander pretty effectively, actually. Maybe it will get a win. After all. Which should make me regret the fact that I didn't draw this shit. I did not expect to be seeing this when starting to record CFC roughly an hour ago. Lovely stuff. Well, yeah, that was to be expected. Charmander has died to Angry Koi gunfire. But this surely was an amusing battle, lasting for all but... like, how much? How much minutes? Come on, man. 8 minutes and 46 seconds. That must be a new record for longest CFC match ever, including CFC Season 1, of course. Well, the Angry Koi surely has some endurance. I did not expect that. By the way, if this would have happened with the Samurai Sled, I would have guaranteed you that the Samurai Sled would have died. That was amusing. Anyway, what's the battle score again? 2-0, yes. I'm going to say 2-0. So once again, we're going to fly on board with the Angry Koi for the first round. Well then, that surprised me. Well, obviously, the Charmander Mark 782 was carrying way too much speed from that zone climb that it made earlier. As the maneuverability on the Charmander looks to be basically hampering it. And I don't know if it's me or you, but the time warp looks to have influenced the battle slightly, as well it's still doing time warpy shit. As AVG is once again, just fuck off AVG, I'm on the verge of uninstalling you. Oh man, I'm just time warp to 4 and back to 1. Yeah, the Charmander's speed was a disadvantage. Anyway, this Angry Koi is not getting off any aim-9s this time, since, well, it had to dodge 120s before it could, as a 9 is flying towards it and kills one of the Angry Kois. As the other one is more coy on the ground. Then and both the Charmanders this time zoom climbing. Well man, you have the weapons to engage them. Use what your creator gave you. Come on, you can do it. What are you doing? What are you doing, AVG? AVG, fucking hell. I'm not buying a subscription off you simply to turn off those pop-ups. I'm not going out of Windows mode either to disable those pop-ups. I am going to do exactly what I normally do. Anyway, the Angry Koi is out of range, as are the Charmanders of the Angry Koi. As well, the Charmanders again. What are the Charmander AIs doing? Why are you zoom climbing? It does not have any effect on jets. Well, I mean, I suppose the Angry Koi is on a significant energy disadvantage since it has all but 474 meters per second climbing straight up. And of course the Angry Koi will reach its attitude ceiling any minute now and it's just going to circle around. I mean, it's like the Charmander Mark 6 or Mark 7 A2s don't even have a flight ceiling, while I definitely set the default attitude to 4000. I mean, is it just the fact that these control surfaces are shit, or am I missing something obvious here? I don't know. Okay then, Angry Koi. Yeah, the Charmanders are far, far above the Angry Koi now. As once again, AVG, come on man, could you stop bothering me? Again? 2 times in 30 seconds, stop fucking bothering me. What if I'm in a life or death situation? And then suddenly AVG pops up and it makes sure that I die. Come on AVG, I'm not buying your subscription simply to disable those notifications. I fucking hate you. Lol, even the Charmanders are 20 kilometers apart from each other. That amuses me greatly. So the Angry Koi here, 8 kilometers out. As it too seems to have found the advantage of zoom climbing towards the Charmanders. It'll be interesting to see what's gonna happen next, as the Charmanders seemingly are hitting their flight ceiling. Since, well, they don't seem to be climbing much further despite their angling of their wings. As the other Charmander is like almost 30 kilometers apart from this Charmander. This is by far the weirdest match I've ever seen. By far the weirdest match I've ever witnessed. I cannot believe the weirdness of this match. I cannot believe this shit. This Charmander is on a lower attitude and seems to be going towards the Angry Koi. Finally, some action. There's the flight ceiling on this AI. There's the flight ceiling on this AI. What the fuck? This Charmander seems to be holding the Koi on 8.2 kilometers, as the other Charmander is thanking this Charmander for the bait and will soon go in for the kill on the Angry Koi. I would be surprised if it doesn't. I would also be surprised if the Angry Koi does not turn around and try to engage this Charmander, since that would basically show its fate. Anyway, going into a 120 lock-on range. The first, the second, and not the third. A120 gets fired at the Angry Koi, and it's time for gunfire. Nah, it's going to miss. It's going to have to accelerate out of that one, as this Charmander simply does not care about the struggles of its teammate. Come on Charmander, be a team player. Well, Charmanders were never team players, now were they? They were just a starter Pokemon, as far as I know. Problems have occurred since, well, the other Charmander is still not coy on engaging the koi. As not one, not two, but three AIM-120s fly towards the Charmander, none of them hitting. And Angry Koi must be lining up another missile shot by now. Come on, man. Come on. It's moving on up in the world rather than down. As there goes the missile. And the Charmander has to dodge again. So the Charmander seemingly has finally cared about this Charmander's struggles. Or not. I don't know. AIM-9s selected on the Mark 6, the Mark 7 A2, sorry. So the Angry Koi must be lining up another missile shot. Which it isn't, it's preferring to dive down to the deck. Oh yeah, you're not gonna achieve much. Hey, look at that! This Charmander is losing attitude finally. And this Charmander is gaining attitude finally. So, who's going to engage the koi? This one is. As one Charmander has tried and failed, and this is going to act as the bait for the koi, as the other Charmander is going to try and probably fail. And Angry Koi, has the Angry Koi turned around to face? Yep. As that Charmander got hit by a missile, I'm sure. And this Charmander has now seen the fate of the other Charmander and has thought, well, fuck, he's coming for me now. What am I going to do? I have no bait. Well, let's zoom climb. Come on! Do something else! Do something else! It's 15 minutes until I have to publish this video and I'm not even down to editing. Do something else, please! Come on! Come on, what are we doing? Race? What are we doing? Jet fighting or chess? What are we doing? Jet fighting or chess? This is just playing chess. Am I the only one to think this? Am I the only one to think that we're just playing chess? As the Angry Koi is going to win this on fuel. What is this? Honestly, what are we doing? What are we doing here? Jet fighting or chess? I can't help but repeat that line over and over again. What is happening? As finally the Charmander has decided that 15 kilometers is high enough. And is turning to face the Angry Koi. It must be worried about its fuel count by now. As the Angry Koi is returning to base. The Angry Koi is returning to base and is going to report another successful match, probably. What is this match? What is this match? Honestly. Where is the koi? Don't say it's behind him. No, where is the fucking koi? Where is this koi? What the fuck? Oh, it's here. Oh look, I have finally seen the koi. At a total of 15 fucking kilometers. And the koi is like, oh look, I finally spotted the Charmander. Not yet. Not yet though. Hasn't yet spotted the Charmander. As I've said before, weirdest battle I've ever commentated. Weirdest battle I've ever witnessed. Weirdest behavior I've ever witnessed from the koi. That must be a center of mass issue. I mean, it's more maneuverable, but a bit too maneuverable if you ask me. Well then, another A9 going for the angry koi as gunfire is coming. Ouch! A decisive missile strike makes it 2-1, as the Charmander did not have anything more in him, losing all of its fuel. I mean, I'm surprised if this episode is not an hour long by this point. I did not expect that. The angry koi lost performance. The angry koi simply lost performance because of a shift in the center of mass. Or simply less mass, meaning it had a little bit too much maneuverability. And that gave the Charmander the match. The Charmander Mark 7A2 being an energy fighter, pretty much. Surprising us, surprising everyone. As we move on to the 4th round. I can't believe that I'm saying this, since this battle on its own could have been an extra long episode of the Sadar Fighter competition. Oh well. Time to see what the Charmanders do this time. As quick fix. I hope that quick fix helped. I have run out of energy in my voice, pretty much. This battle has been going on for too long, and it makes commentating very difficult. And thus, the energy in my voice is completely going. Anyway, Charmanders and angry kois. It's time to turn around. And come on, man. Decide the match already. Angry koi, decide the match already. There goes the A120 as both the kois managed to fire a 9. On towards the Charmanders. Looks like both the kois dodged both the missiles, which probably means a more engaging battle for the Charmander. And come on, fire the M9. Yes, thank you. And come on, fire those guns. Easy target here, fire the guns. Ah, come on, you stopped firing the guns at that point. Well, it's pretty obvious that you're now going to die now, aren't you? Stupid mistake there from the Charmander. I don't really concentrate on burst lengths, by the way. And well, we're probably back to zoom climbing. The bane of CFC S2's existence is zoom climbing. Who would have thought? As the bane of my existence surely isn't zoom climbing in War Thunder. I actually quite like zoom climbing since it makes me look better than I actually am. Anyway, that's so much for War Thunder as the Charmander engage dodges all of the missiles fired by the koi, and another one, and another one, and another one, and another one, and another one. Missile spamming galore from the koi. Missile spamming galore. Surely it has run out of missiles by now, at least one of the kois has. This missile looks to be hitting though. And this Charmander looks to be turning at the last moment. Looks like actually the A9 ran out of fuel too. And exploded because, well, it didn't have any fuel. And look who's back. It's zoom climbing and great distances between the enemy airplanes. Yep. And this time it has 2 coins to kill. Why have you done this, BDA? Why have you done this, BDA gods? At least this Charmander is trying to engage a koi. Come on, fire the 120. Yep, 120 fired. 9, nope, it has to dodge now. As that koi has not been hit. And that Charmander has not been hit either. And this koi is now going to dump all of its missiles on one Charmander. And maybe even all of its ammo on one Charmander. I mean, I would be pretty surprised if Charmander wins from the koi simply because energy fighting. Because this is basically energy fighting, but with modern jets. The fact that this koi is not engaging using missiles means that this koi is already run out of missiles, as that Charmander just lost its will and capability to live. And these kois will now have to zoom climb towards this Charmander. Oh, how lovely. No. Again, chess, not jet fighting. Energy fighting basically is chess. Hojoz. I suppose. Bear with me while I'm going to just quickly read some stuff on my phone. Since, yep, it got so boring that I'm going on my phone, much like with a boring Formula 1 race. Well, AVG is again annoying us. Mind if I insert a song until we're engaging again? No? Well, let's make this battle, let's freshen this battle up. It's a bureaucratic, extra fresh. It looks like we're finally engaging again. Come on, kois. Have some missiles left. Oh! this is why you disable drop time, kids. Here's bureaucratic with voice Bob.